Think it's finally time to use this baby that I got at the Daiso store for like $1. What's up, you sexy motherfuckers? This is Space Chillarin, here again with a video finally after, what, like 2 months, I think? God, I'm not a YouTuber by any stretch of the imagination, but here I am to make a video, and that is to finally eat this motherfucker. Now what is this motherfucker? Well, I'd say about a year ago, I filmed a video with my husband, and it was us eating Peyong Max spicy yakisoba. And it was pretty spicy. I must admit, it was pretty spicy, but I can handle it. If you go back and watch the video, I composed myself pretty well. But we found this. We didn't find this at like a normal grocery store. We had to find this at like a novelty shop at Village Vanguard. And it's the Peyong Spicy Max End Yakisoba. Which, funnily enough, the display that these were on, like a lot of displays around Village Vanguard, they had like notes from like the staff about like recommending certain items that they were selling, and the sign beside these was, "We don't recommend this to anybody." So I was all like, "Oh, sold, gimme." So yeah, I'm gonna try this shit, see if it actually blows my ass out of the water. We'll just have to see, because I have a pretty good tolerance for spicy stuff, unless we're going into the one story that I'm going to be telling you about. Will I eat these yakisoba? Will I go down memory lane and share with you the most embarrassing story that I ever experienced involving spicy food? So stay the fuck tuned, motherfuckers. Here we got. I'm gonna show this off like a makeup tutorial. Here's this veggies. And here is the sauce that's going to kill me. Hopefully. Let's see if I meet my fiery, awful death here in my kitchen. Alright, got the yakisoba, it's all stirred up. It's got this really, like, I think I mentioned this the last time I had a spicy Peyong yakisoba, is that it's got this disarmingly sweet smell, which makes you think it's not going to kill you, but it's going to kill you. So, but let's dive into the story. Let's dive into the tall, tall tale of yesteryear. It is 2018 Anime Expo, and we have just landed in Los Angeles, and I've eaten nothing, by the way. My stomach is empty. I'm ready to have lunch, but it's very spicy. Ooh, it's really spicy. It's a lot spicier than the Max End. So we get there, and we immediately find our friend Sean, who got there a day before. And I'm immediately like, okay, we gotta go to this one ramen restaurant that we found the year before when we went to LA just to hang out the year before. And they had this ramen that we didn't have the year before, which was like this spicy ramen challenge, where if you like eat the whole ramen and you drink all the soup, you get like a t-shirt and you get like your photo on the wall. That's it. That's like, you're just doing it for the clout. That's it. But me and Sean, we, for like a year, hyped up this fucking ramen. We were all like, next year when we go to Anime Expo, me, you, we're going to duke it out, and we're going to see who can outlast the other with this super spicy ramen. And here I thought I'd gotten enough like experience, I'd got enough practice, and I'd been eating plenty of spicy foods throughout the year. Ooh, and and I figured I'd have a head on him, and that I can definitely do this. I can fucking do the shit out of this. So we eat at this ramen restaurant, and we order this spicy ramen that I no longer have the photos of, but it was like deep, hellish red, the broth. And of course they filled the broth all the way to the brim of the bowl, just because you also had to finish the broth and the noodles and all like the meat and the veg. And thus we were off, and thus our ramen adventure began. And at first I was handling it very well. I have to commend myself for like the first like third of the meal. I was killing it. But that was it. After that, there was definitely a noticeable breakdown. I think a deeper part of me realized I was way in over my head. But there was another part of me that wanted to be like, I'm not like other white girls. I can handle spice. So I just kept right on the fuck going. And surprise to me and surprise to everybody else, I finished all the solids. I finished all the noodles. I finished all the meat. I finished all the veg. It was just soup. It was just fiery hot, devil's asshole red soup. So my journey was not done. Far from it. My trial was far from over because I had to finish that soup. And by then, I was maybe, like, if we're talking like RPG health bar, I was like at a 50%. I could have walked out of that restaurant just having eaten the ramen, and that would have been just as impressive. That would have been just fine. My pride, my very being would have been intact. But no, I had to start drinking that soup. And I got pretty far. I drank probably half. Which was impressive, but it's sort of downplayed by what followed. So it gets to the point where I can no longer fit anything in my stomach. I am full, and I am full of spice and liquid, and my stomach is making literal noises, like animal growling noises. My stomach is like, ah, how could you do this to me? And I'm sitting there in the booth regretting every decision I ever made throughout my entire young life. And I realize there's no way. There's no getting out of this. I was done for. I was donezo. It was over. But but I figured, alright, I just need to leave the restaurant and then we'll be cool. We'll be fine. And I get up and my brain's like, no, buddy. You have to throw up. You gotta throw up, and you gotta throw up now. So I make this big quick beeline for the bathroom. I hardly make it in. And here's the part where I tell you that I have a dumb phobia of vomit. I'm scared of people vomiting. I'm scared of vomiting myself. I don't see people throwing up and be like, oh, that's gross, I'm gonna vomit. I see people throwing up and I am overcome by a horrible, overwhelming sense of crippling fear. So throwing up in general for me is not a pleasant experience because I am terrified as well as nauseous. But throwing up after having eaten almost a whole bowl of super fucking spicy ramen is not fun because it comes up and it fucking hurts and I can't breathe and it just stings coming up and coming out, and it gets to the point where like I have like lost all dignity. It's gone. I have given up on like walking out of there with my head held high at all. I'm on the fucking floor. Like I've lied down at some point. And I clearly remember calling for help. No help came because no one wants to help a white girl throwing up. So I eventually overcome the awful fucking spicy vomit. And then it's time to leave the bathroom. Which I didn't know this because by the time I'd finished, they'd already like departed. A lot of the staff, apparently my vomit was so loud and so dramatic and just so god-awful that some of the wait staff had to position themselves right outside the fucking bathroom to make sure that nobody walked in on me and to make sure that I did not fucking die. So I walk out And I suddenly become very hyper aware of what I'm wearing, because I decided to wear my one fucking novelty shirt that I can no longer wear anymore because it's deeply cursed by this moment. It's a white shirt, and all it says is horsemanship, and it's like my joke. It's a Magic the Gathering joke, and I fucking love it. It's just a shirt that says horsemanship and nothing else. I thought it was fucking hilarious, but now I don't wear it anymore because of this moment. I walk out, flakes of red hot vomit all over this fucking shirt that just says horsemanship and nothing else. I've loudly vomited and loudly cried for help in this bathroom. I walk out. The restaurant was empty when we came in, and when I'm walking out, after having spewed my guts everywhere, the restaurant is full. Every single fucking table. A lot of people giving me the side eye, like, wow, what the fuck? You ruined our meal. Like, yeah, cool, thanks. And I have a shirt that says horsemanship and nothing else, and I have to walk through this entire fucking restaurant. I burped for a second. It's the walk of shame at this fucking restaurant. My friends have all deserted me, by the way. They're all outside. There's nobody who wants to accompany me out of the restaurant. Because nobody wants to be associated with me at this point, because I threw up fucking everywhere. And it was loud, and it was dramatic, and people thought I would have needed, like, I guess, medical help. It was so bad, but yeah, that was my experience. I think I'm like halfway through this yakisoba. So I'll tell you like the B side to the story, which is a little more TMI. So tread carefully through the rest of the story. So essentially after this, I've eaten nothing. Everything that I ate at the restaurant is now in the sewage system because it left me in a very violent, spicy way. So I have had nothing in my stomach. But I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta take a piss. So I go. And I know, like, when you eat spicy food, you get, like, spicy shits, right? I had spicy pee. It's burned coming out. And it was fucking awful. Ooh. My sinuses are definitely getting cleared. So yeah. I got to experience both public humiliation and also radioactive spicy pee, which is a wonderful combination of things to happen that day. And so then after that, I just had to go to the convention and act like I hadn't made a fucking fool of myself. And now if we ever go back to Anime Expo and we want to eat at that ramen restaurant again, I gotta like do a complete physical transformation. I don't want to look, yeah, I know it's been 2 years, but I don't want to look anything like myself. They will know. I'm sure there are legends. So far, these haven't been that bad. I mean, it's definitely spicy, don't get me wrong. But it's like, not like, oh god, I'm gonna die spicy. Like I said, if you've been listening to the story, I have literally licked Satan's asshole. I have guzzled Satan's spicy cum. So, things that are spicy are like, just, it's spicy. I'm not suffering and making a fool of myself in public, so this is fine. Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's the story of how I humiliated myself over a bowl of spicy ramen because my pride was just too insurmountable. And that's really funny. Is after all this, after I make it so we can no longer go to this ramen restaurant because they know me now. My friend Sean, who I was competing against, who was also eating the spicy ramen, was all like, you know, if you had given up at any point, I too would have also given up. Ooh, I'm really starting to feel that kick now that the noodles are all gone. He's like, I would have also given up, and we would have mutually failed. And the reason I went off for so long is because I wanted to beat him, and I wanted to prove that I, white girl, can handle spice. I can handle the spicy. So yeah, I figured out after the fact that me giving up would not have even had any consequences to, like, my pride in that I didn't want to lose. So yeah, that's my story, that's my tale. Thanks for coming to this video and watching me disgustingly eat this food. Well, I tell you a tale about how I puked once. Yeah, thanks for sticking around. Aren't I like the queen of fucking content? Aren't you glad you stuck around and subscribed for this? Yeah. So, I don't know what video I'm gonna make next, because, I don't fucking know. I don't know what I want to do, but we'll just have to see. Maybe I'll share more embarrassing stories if they ever come to me, but yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming to my kitchen. Thanks for joining me here today. I'll see you sexy, sexy motherfuckers in the next video, whatever that may be. Bye.